important that the massive pumps which pump water from our water supply dams and treatment plants receive a constant supply of electricity. And what the engineering department has advised is that there has been erratic power to those pumps, which are highly sophisticated machines and need a constant supply of power. The consequence of both water shortages and, for example, the decommissioning of Umzingwani Dam with the combination of erratic power supplies is that our main reservoirs, both Thuli and Criterion, are now critically low. Criterion in particular is what we would term a buffer facility. When it is full, the city is able to supply water even in the midst of power cuts. But because of these erratic power supplies to our pumps, Criterion even, which is our biggest reservoir, has now reached a critically low point. Our engineering department has briefed the full council regarding how serious the situation is, and has put in a request that we increase the delay to a 120-hour a 120-hour shedding. This is designed in particular, given the fact that we are moving towards the Christmas and New Year season, when a lot of loved ones will be returning to the city. There will be increased population in the city and an obvious need for water. And what the engineering department has asked us to do is to increase the water shedding period to 120 hours. We understand that this is going to cause immense hardship to many residents, particularly in high-density areas and poorer areas. But after an extensive debate this afternoon, unanimously, this council has resolved that we have no option but to pass a resolution allowing the engineering department to start 120-hour water shedding procedures. This is designed to ensure that we replenish, particularly Criterion Reservoir, so that at the start of the festive season, we hopefully will be able to supply better water supplies to the entire city. However, because of the climate and because of the wider problems that I spoke about at the beginning, it is anticipated that beyond the festive season, we are also going to have an extended water shedding period, and that will probably come down to 96 hours, but we will review in due course. So the first resolution, and I stress it was done unanimously, every councillor, and we have representation in this chamber of councillors from both ZANU-PF and CCC understood the gravity of this, and this was resolved unanimously. There was a second issue which was debated, and that concerned the issue of how we can tackle the water supply situation going forward. We need to engage in both short-term measures and medium-term measures. The Future Water Supplies Committee last Tuesday, 9 days ago, resolved that the city be declared a water shortage area. A resolution will be brought to the full council, which meets in the first week of January, and we anticipate that that resolution will be passed, that we request government to declare the city as a water shortage area. Tied into that, is a resolution passed unanimously that this council meet as a matter of urgency with the Minister of Finance, with the Minister of Water, with the Minister of Local Government, to spell out the crisis that this city faces and to spell out that this is not a partisan issue. This is an issue which affects all residents. And so that resolution once again was passed unanimously. What we have said already to the Minister of Local Government through a letter addressed to him last week is that there are two immediate issues which need to be addressed. Firstly, as a matter of urgency, we need the Nyamandlovu aquifer to be refurbished. Pumps have been vandalized. Electrical switchgear has been stolen. And we believe that if that is given priority and urgency, that will immediately provide another 15 megalitres of water per day. The second issue relates to a pipeline which we need to construct from what is called the Mchabezi Reservoir to a pump station below Mzingwani. This is a 2.5 kilometre pipeline. Once again, this is low-hanging fruit, and we urge government to discuss this with us so that we can get that done in the short term. In the medium term, we discussed other measures that need to be taken, but that's not the purpose of this meeting today. But there was extensive discussion regarding the medium-term and long-term solutions to the city's crisis. But let me end with this note. And this is a particular appeal to all the members of the Fourth Estate here today. Last Friday, I spoke at Maitula at the opening of stands in the presence of the minister, the provincial minister, Minister Ncube. I spoke about this crisis. There was not a line about what I said in that meeting in any of our newspapers, in any of our media outlets. And I want to put this back to the media now. This is a crisis which faces us all. This should be headlines in all our papers, in all our media outlets tomorrow. We are proclaiming that there is a crisis in our city which needs urgent attention. And the Fourth Estate has a critical role to play in bringing this to the attention of all our residents, because we need our residents to understand that we are not being negligent, that we need all to be responsible regarding how we use our water if we are going to get through this crisis together. But we also need the message to be conveyed to government that this is a crisis which needs a bipartisan, a united approach, because the issue of water can never be partisan. It can never be about an individual political party. It has to do with the basic rights of all our citizens, irrespective of their political views. And so I hope that the press will take this seriously and give this the attention it deserves. Thank you. And we'll take a few questions.